Okay, I'm here. Um, I guess not technically late. A little bit late though, but not technically late. Anyways, thanks for joining me. Let's see here. Is there anybody? Oh shoot. Okay. Oh hey, helping hand. Uh, I didn't see you there because yeah, glad to see you too. Uh, let me switch to chat. Okay, good. It's in the chat. Okay, good. Anyways, yeah, thanks. Nice to see you too. Um, let's see. I just got in from mowing some of the lawn. I didn't get the whole lawn, but mowing some of it. And so I'm all hot and tired and sweaty and whatever. So I'm rushing to try to get everything in here on time. Anyways, let's see what we're supposed to do today. Here, hold on a second. I'll switch to desktop in just a second here. Let me pull this up. So I actually got one story beat, one page done yesterday, which is the night school one, and now we're following Hubert into Wizard U, who's trying to figure out what's going on. And here, let me pull this up. Let's see. And okay, there we go. Now let me switch to desktop. Uh, desktop. There we go. Everything is hunky dory now. Ooh, I got 6 people in here. Awesome. Welcome, 6 people. I Actually, I don't know how many is from how many are watching. Two in YouTube, and what's it say here in um what's it say here in Rumble? Forum Rumble. Ooh, Forum Rumble. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, actually. Anyways, let's switch back to this real quick. Okay. So welcome everybody, and of course, as per usual, um, I am working on the story stuff here in this first part, and then my second stream will deal with the layout tool, which I've almost got. I've almost got the lines working exactly the way I want them now. Positionally, they position correctly, they draw correctly. I have to do a few things. I have to account for zoom. I have to account for when you move the rooms around, so there'll be a process function where it'll check and see what moved. And I actually have that in. I, I actually have that code in here, so I'll probably copy the code from here. But because this does it in the editor, right? Like that. So yeah. So layout tool should be usable here in either today or tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, Monday, I guess. Either today or Monday. But anyways, so we're on to this one, and Hubert sneaks into Wizard U, examines the Hall of Fame paintings, notices one is missing, realizes what's missing, he leaves the school. Okay. So, uh, now I was discussing with Grok 2 yesterday, or not Grok 2, Grok 2. Actually, ChatGPT. Grok's up to 4, ChatGPT's up to GPT 5. Okay, let's get that straight. Anyways, I was discussing with ChatGPT actually the um, about coming up with some ideas for what. Hold on a second. Recent. Okay. Now I gotta find Mouse Wizard here, which is sounds dumb when I say it, but Mouse Wizard. There we go. Oh, Mouse Wizard is not in here, is it? Mouse. Okay, fine. Let's find Mouse in here. Oh. So this is what at the beginning when I was almost completely done with my notes, I was starting to write it like a like a basic walkthrough for Hubert. And I came up with this idea of this mouse wizard, and then later thought it was stupid. And then now that I'm actually having to do the page and it doesn't have a lot of information, I actually got some help from. Hold on. Hey, Rookie. Hey, the Rookie. I don't know if he'll join us, but if he does, welcome or whatever. Anyways, okay, so I basically when I was trying to come up with some stuff, when I was coming up with the well, actually, when I was coming up with the whole like list of events, like the whole thing in event form, um, let's see, six, oh, 6 viewers on Rumble, woo, woo. uh, Thanks, guys, for joining me on Rumble. I mean, I like YouTube and all, but YouTube's been doing some sort of few things that a lot of people don't like the AI age verification thing, which I haven't experienced yet. But everybody on Rumble, that's cool. Everybody go to Rumble. Maybe. Yeah, cool. So the most I've had in here is 7, and now I have 8 in here. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so so I was trying to figure out a way for Hubert to get into Wizard U because it's shuttered basically. Everything's locked up, and there needs to be a way. You know, I guess there could be a number of ways he could somehow get a crowbar and pry open one of the boards, or he could jimmy the locks, or he could attempt a spell. But his magic is he has only half of his magic, and sometimes it manifests itself literally in halfway. So he doesn't know what he's going to get. So when possible, he tries to use other means of magic, something related to Quicksilver, which is the mineral that the Enchanted Lands runs on, which is what gives magical properties to everything from trains to light sources to magic mirrors, that sort of thing. And so I came up with this idea that there was a mouse there, and he's a mouse wizard, and really what it is he's a tourist. The mouse is a tourist, right? This comes from every different realm, so there's all kinds of creatures and you know all kinds of races and beings or whatever that come through. And he was just getting good with the mouse was a tourist. He was just getting good with his magic when he lost his wand, and so he asked Hubert to help him find his wand, and then he would help him get into Wizard U. And so that's what this is about, and that's what I'm going to put in here. And then I'm going to come up with some choices, interesting choices that will fit on here. Yeah, Helping Hand. I already noticed you on Rumble already because I already looked in there. So that's cool. Yeah. But 8 people in here. That's a new record. New record, guys. Okay. So, oh yeah, so I had this kind of extensive conversation. Actually, maybe I should just pull it up here. Let's open a new window, which is opening off screen because I put the other window off screen. We're gonna blow this up. I'm gonna go to ChatGPT, and not the tool script out. This one. And actually, I got. I was just gonna briefly show you the conversation here. Let's see what we got up here. Let me see. Well, actually, it was a new conversation, wasn't it? Key characters and art, so blah blah blah. Interesting choices. Hubert thinks it was you got it, and then of course it comes up with a few things. The trophy room was actually its idea, and actually I think I am going to have a trophy room thing in there. So yeah, maybe there's some. And this is actually one of the very few cases where I actually literally taking a thing from an AI because I don't usually do that. I wasn't gonna have a trophy case, but I decided to go ahead and put the trophy room in there. And well, no, maybe no. Maybe I did come up with that because it looks like I'm telling ChatGPT that. Okay, so I did come up with that, I guess. Anyways, maybe it suggested a trophy room at some point, and anyways, it's gonna look for magical scorch marks on the frame, blah 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 blah, and so then it started. Key solutions always progress the story. This player feels like they choose the method, so it plays like a puzzle without risk of dead ends. I can give you, I can also give you a quick 3-step choice scaffolding template, so you can reuse this approach for future beats without having to reinvent it every time. And so I let it do it, and then it did that. It created the deal, and then it created this little chart. Then it eventually it made it into a PDF, and it was going to go ahead and make it interactive. I was telling it to use, I guess, use a spreadsheet for that Open Office Calc can understand because I can input stuff into it. Basically, I could also do it with form or something, but somehow it wasn't able to do that. But I was able to download the PDF it generated, which is right now still in downloads, which should probably be in a should probably be in um this one in the documents um, design document folder in my project folders. Identify story beat core. Ask what must happen in the scene no matter what. Write it down clearly. Here we discover scepters missing and professors are trapped in paintings. This is actually the main the actual core thing of this is that he finally gets the idea uh, of who's kind of running the show because he gathers there's a couple of clues in Wizard U and he comes to a conclusion here which if you've been what's this oh that's the PDF oh that's the PDF viewer I guess in Linux Mint Debian edition um okay so okay so then what must happen no matter what write down clearly um split into micro action points break the scene in 2 to 4 moments. Okay. Entry obstacle. It's investigation, clue discovery, reaction, interpretation, optional comic flavor, mini puzzle. Um, and I'll actually have to use that. Like, how do I say this? This is already written up. My next page might not be written up like this. I might not already have enough stuff, so I'll have to come up wholly, completely like that. So, so the first thing that he writes. Let's see. Should I don't know. Should I write this in notes first and then actually put it in the thing? Maybe that's a good idea. I'm not sure. Um let's do something here. Let's actually take this. Uh I'm going to copy this. Actually, I'm going to copy this and I'm going to try to put it in a like event point format kind of thing where there are a list of events, kind of like the way I have almost all the story beats in here. So I'll do that here. Anyway, so hopefully by today I'll have completely have done this particular story beat, this particular page here. It's a single page, it's a single story beat, which where Hubert finds some crucial information here as to what's going on. Um, let's see. After finding this information, how should I do this? Maybe what I'll do is I'll use a new line when I want to actually write something that has to do with the thing here. Okay. This is actually Liberation Mono, and this is Liberation Serif. Serif. I just want to say Serif for some reason. Okay. So a total of 8 viewers. Okay, that's the record. Oh, it's back down to 7 viewers. Oh, somebody dropped out. Somebody had to leave for some reason, or they just got bored, or whatever. That's okay, though. Whoever you are, a random person that just left, who won't see this or hear this message, thank you for joining. Okay, anyways. Okay, so after finding this information, Jonathan goes to rendezvous with Hubert. Meanwhile, Hubert heads to Wizard U, which seems deserted. The doors are locked, the windows are shuttered. Looking around, he notices this. Okay. Then he notices something in the entrance to the hall happens to be a mouse, not just any mouse, a mouse wizard. Mouse wizard. Okay. So let's just go ahead and we'll break that down into just into a kind of a basic sentence here. Hubert examines the outside of the school, noting all the windows are boarded up and the door is padlocked. I might have a message on the door saying, you know, closed until further whatever. Anyways, that's not really important here. Let's see. Do I want that as a separate statement or part of the same statement? After examining further, he notices a hole in the bottom of one of the walls. You know what? Well, okay. So he has to go through the Hall of Fame, and that's from the main entrance. And at some point, he goes to the trophy room. That's after the hall. So he'd actually have to go down the hall to the trophy room, and then let's see. I could put the mouse hole in the front near the main door, or the main doors, whatever. Which case he would actually get into the antechamber, as I was going to call it. But if he's going to go through the trophy room anyways, I'm going to have him go somehow, I don't know, in the back or the side. Maybe one of the sides. Maybe Wizard U is going to be huge. Maybe all the schools should be fairly large. I don't know. One of the side walls with a little mouse standing, wearing wizard's garb, with a puzzled look on his face. Okay. Hubert recognizes the mouse as a wizard because of the tiny wizard robe and pointy hat the mouse is wearing. Getting down his hands and knees, he introduces himself. Good afternoon, dear mouse wizard. Good afternoon, sir, says the young mouse wizard. Are you a good wizard? Well, actually, he's actually asking the mouse, are you a good wizard? Well, I'm actually a tourist, but I was getting good with my magic wand until I lost it. I have a problem that you may be able to solve. Would you help me if I found your wand? Yes, indeed. With that, Hubert combed the grounds for the wand. At last, he ended back in the mouse's hole with empty hands. Okay. Let's see. Search the grounds for every bit. Found nothing of the wand. Where did you see it last? Okay, so this is okay. Okay, so let's just do this. The mouse was a tourist who was learning to be a wizard and was getting good until he lost his wand. Wait, yeah. Hubert asks the mouse if he's any good, and the mouse said he was getting good until he lost his wand. Hubert then offers to help him find his wand if he helps Hubert in return. Comes to grounds for one, but okay. So I guess I'll just do this straight out. Go ahead here. And I know this is like you can't tell one line from the other, but I'm gonna go and delete the paragraph here afterwards, and then I'll just have the steps then, and then I'll be able to create the. Oh, now we're down to 6. Oh well, thanks for helping me make it to 8. Now down to 6 total. Okay. Oh, hey, Rook. Sorry I didn't see you there in the chat. Well, I know you're in IRC, but I mean, I didn't see you there in the YouTube chat. Okay, so Rook, aren't you supposed to be at work right now? It's well, maybe not. It's 11. It's 11:30 here, or about 11:30, and so that means it's going to be what 4:30. So, are you off, or are you just home early because it's Friday, or what? Okay, so, okay. Hubert searches the grounds after not finding anything. Comes back and tells the mouse the sad news. Or as you see that, I was trying to cast a spell to levitate a piece of cheese from the icebox. I summoned through the wizard's basic training manual and trying to find the birds to levitate. And I had then let me see. I needed both pause to turn the pages, and just then Hubert noticed a little tiny wand in the mouse's little tiny ear and pulled it out and put it behind your ear. Then handed it back. Okay, so we're gonna put that into steps here. This might not be exactly what ends up in the actual pages, but because I'm gonna come up with some choices, different choices about finding the wand. So if you all 3 of them will find the wand, but it's just it'll be like it'll feel like a different choice now. So okay, so let's see, where'd you see it last? So I was trying to cast a spell to okay. Hubert asks the little mouse wizard where he last saw it. The mouse claims he was trying to levitate a piece of cheese from the icebox. And needed to look in the training manual. Hubert notices that the wand is in his ear, as apparently the mouse put it behind his ear in order to use both paws on the manual. Hubert takes the wand and then hands it back to the mouse. Well, thank you, Sir Wizard. Now, what is it that you want? I need to get into the school here and find out why they closed it. Okay, let me look here and I'll find the spell. So with that, he went back to the hole. A few minutes later, he said, "This should do it." And then he pointed the wand at him and said a few words. Just then, Hubert shrank to the wizard mouse's side. Okay. Okay. The mouse asks Hubert what he needs, and Hubert responds with, and Hubert tells him he needs to get inside the school, even though it's all closed up. The mouse says sure, and pulls up a spell to shrink someone, and shrinks Hubert down to his size with his newly found wand. Hubert then enters the wall into the mouse's. I don't know if it's his home or not, because it's the university, so maybe they have a what do they call that? What do they call rooms in a college? I mean, I could say apartment, I guess, but I thought there was a specific word here. For rooms at college that students can live in. I don't remember what the word is. Dormitory. There we go. Dorm. Okay, so maybe maybe they have a dormitory on the premises. Dorm room. Then passes through his door. Through the mouse's room door. Once inside the mouse wizard, the mouse reverses. I still think mouse wizard sounds dumb. It probably sounds dumb to you too. But oh, hey Kahan, and welcome back, Helping Hand. I didn't know you were gone, so that's cool. Streaming as Okay. So, so I'm, I wrote this because I couldn't figure out a way of getting Hubert into the school without him using his magic. If you've been following the story any period of time, Wizard has Hubert has only half of his magic, and so he tries to use his magic judiciously. Um, Sometimes he has to do two or three different spells to make up for one spell that doesn't work right. So whenever possible, he likes to get someone else or something else to affect the magic. Um, Now we're back up to 7. So Khan, I was up to eight people in here. 6 were from Rumble actually. I actually have more people on Rumble right now than I do on YouTube, which is kind of interesting. Um, but in any case, so I was up to 8, and then I was back down to 7, back down to 6, and then when you came in, we're back up to 7 again. So that's pretty good. At least for me, it's pretty good right now. Okay, so passes through the mouse room door. Once inside, the mouse reverses the spell, and Hubert grows back to normal size. Um, and actually, I should put that. Let's actually put this after. It doesn't really matter because I'm going to delete this in just a little bit, but here, but we need to put this here like this because I'm reducing this little bit that I wrote from before to just to the events, sort of like I had with the getting ready for a week at the seaside. That sounds like fun. Thanks. Well, actually, uh, I can say it in IRC, so it doesn't seem like a one way conversation. Anyways, uh, okay. While in Wizard U, Hubert went to the trophy case, noticed it was broken. Oh, so the trophy case was something that I'd come up with before when he got in there. Quicksilver Scepter was missing. Then he went to the Hall of Fame, which is an actual hall with pictures of the previous winners of Wizard of the Year. Noticed Max's picture was gone. Okay, so um, actually, what I think it's going. The scepter will have been removed with magic, so the case will not be broken. Which is not really weird at all, considering that it's a wizard university and the person that likely stole it was likely a wizard. So, um, let's see now. Okay, I'll go ahead and put that in there, even though this is only one line here. Uh, Hubert makes his way to the trophy room and notices a display case that was that had previously housed a Quicksilver Scepter was now empty, with no signs of tampering. Okay, so that's kind of important. You can't see anything is gone. So he might have to do something that might help him figure it out. Okay, so then he went to the Hall of Fame, which is an actual hallway with pictures of previous winners of Wizard of the Year. And you notice Max's picture was gone. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna do it here. After going to the Hall of Fame, the Wizard University. University Hall of Fame. He noticed one of the portraits is missing. Hubert surmises that Max had yeah, he's gonna know. Hubert realized it was the portrait of Maximilian Spell, who had attempted to see. I don't remember exactly what if he was just going to go in and start conquering different realms, or if he was going to try to conquer. No, he wasn't going to try to conquer Enchanted Lands. In fact, he was trying to be real sneaky at first, but he was caught. So attempted to take over other realms before and was banished. So Max is somehow back. I actually probably don't need to put it there. Right? Yeah, it's almost the next Harry Potter, maybe. It's almost kind of like writing a novel, almost. Especially considering that this first phase is not really a game. It's not really a real game. There's a couple of things that in Choose Your Own Adventure, you do get some backtracks. You do get to be able to do that. You have some dead ends. You have some positive endings, or maybe a single positive ending and maybe multiple negative endings. So multiple endings. This doesn't really do that. This is just more like an interactive novel, I guess you'd say. In other words, you're able to experience it differently based on the choices you pick. It's not that the story's any different. It's just that you get different words or different thing happening or whatever. It all still results in the same thing, because ultimately in an adventure game, now you can have multiple endings in adventure games. They've actually done it to where they do that, but primarily it's still a narrative vehicle like a movie, right? Except for you get to interact and you get to explore the world, and you get to you solve puzzles and you're rewarded with either cutscene, a little bit more of the story, or some more of the world to explore until you finally get to the end. So it's a fairly linear experience. Now, I will actually have puzzles. I will actually have you'll be able to go into different rooms like a normal adventure when I actually get there. But right now, it's just the way this is sort of just like almost writing a book. So yeah, and it's got a ton of it's got 96 like quote unquote story beats, so or scenes or whatever you want to call them. Maybe they're not broken up in actual individual scenes, but you could almost say that. So when I'm done with the choices here, it's gonna have like hundreds of different pages in here, and so yeah, it'll be like reading an interactive novel almost. Um, but of course, it's going to turn into a game. It's going to be a game. It's online here, you know, and I'm gonna put it up online. I think I'm gonna put it up on the web. I think I can do that with the Redot and Godot basically. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so after going to the we're up to 8 again. Woo, 8. Woo. Actually, I wonder. Let's see how many. Oh, I got 4 watching in YouTube now, and apparently 4. Where's the stupid view? Oh, so apparently 4 in Rumble and 4 in YouTube. That's pretty good. So thanks for everybody for joining in here and giving me that record busting here. Okay, so he went to the Hall of Fame. It's actually the hallway. Okay, after going to the Hall of Fame, you notice the portrait submit. Actually, I put a space in between each of the statements. I think he realized. Okay. After examining the other portraits, he noticed they seemed to have surprised expressions, as if they'd been trapped in the paintings, or maybe I should say as if they'd been caught off guard. But it doesn't really matter because this is just a paragraph that I'm turning back into like just little events, and so it's not going to be a narrative. So this first pass is just going to be it's essentially the story pass. I don't know how you say it. The interesting choice path or something. I don't know. Pass. I mean, not path. Pass. Meaning I'm going to go through each one of these, add the choices in there, have all the events and everything done, and then I'm going to go back through each page and then write it as a narrative like you were reading in a book. So that's going to take a long time too. This kind of takes a long time a different way, which is because I have to come up with stuff all the time. When I get to the narrative part, everything will be written that needs to be in there, but then I'll have to make it sound nice like you're reading a novel or something. So we'll see. We will see. Uh, okay, so after examining the other he figured they closed it because Max had somehow trapped the wizards in their home Hall of Fame paintings. Uh, okay, so Hubert looks at the other portraits and notices something a bit, well, I don't want to say a bit odd because that's more narrative type of stuff, right? Notices the other wizards have a shocked or surprised look on their faces. Hubert figures Max may have closed the schools, including this one. Okay. Afterwards, he came back to the Wizard Mouse. I went from Mouse Wizard to Wizard Mouse now, which is still sounds dumb, but okay. Afterwards, he came back to the Wizard Mouse and asked him his name. Yeah, DB Cheap. That sounds like someone else I know. I have a cousin and not. Stop right there. We don't want to get into legal trouble. Please turn me back once I am outside again. With pleasure. And with that, DB Cheap, the mouse wizard, restored him outside. Okay, so I'm just foregoing all that stuff. When Hubert came back to the mouse's dorm room, he shrunk Hubert again, and when Hubert was outside, restored him back to his normal size. Okay, So that, okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and, or I'm going to go ahead and save this, but now I'm going to go ahead and delete the paragraphs. The paragraphs were from up above, from my notes above, so um so I what did I do to you? Okay. So I don't actually need them now. I just wanted to get this into like a event format, like a bullet point kind of event format thing. Um, okay, so we'll just do this. Here examine this after examine. Yes, indeed. The master material who's learning to be a wizard and is getting get into the last is one. Um, Hubert asked the master if he's Hubert asked the mouse if he's a wizard. He's a good wizard. To which the mouse replies he's just a tourist, but was getting good with his wine. I don't know why I'm doing it this ways. Until he lost it. Okay, let's just delete this one out here. Hubert then offers to help him find his wand if he helps Hubert in return. With that, Hubert comes down to the wand. Last hand up back to the master's hole. 50 hands. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and chunk that out because that's just after shoots on the ground, not finding anything. Mouse claims he's trying to levitate, but you need to look in the training manual. It's apparently okay. Hubert takes a while and hands it back to the mouse. The mouse says sure, pulls the string up. And think of that. Once inside, reverses the spell. Okay. Taking over the realms before he was banished. Okay. Oh, so now the thing here is whether or not. See, what time is it? Okay, so I still have about an hour. Okay. So I actually am just gonna go ahead and take these. Okay, that's it. Control C. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in here. Ooh, that's big and long. Okay. What's kind of interesting here is that, oh, that's right. I need to actually save the room data to save the room data. Okay. So obviously, I'm not going to have all of this text here on this one page. It's going to be a couple of different deals. In fact, it's going to be a couple of different like locations here. Okay, so let's break this up into different parts here. Back to here. Okay. Searches the grounds. Takes the one and hands it back to the mouse. What he needs. Mouse says sure. And we found wand. Okay. Next, Hubert goes to the Hall of Fame. Goes in to the I want to just say next Hubert goes to the Wizard University Hall of Fame. The portraits. Okay, these are the main beats, and actually these are almost going to be like multiple pages here. Let's see something. Hubert. Okay. Okay, so this is actually going to be one thing. This okay, so this is actually going to be where choices come in. This is, let's see. Why don't I do this a little bit differently here? Let's put the space here. Let's put this in here. Okay. So in actuality, I'm going to have, it might be just these two. Let's see. I'm going to give him, so there's going to be like 3 choices in to how he finds the wand. Each one is actually going to help him find his wand. So search on the grounds is actually going to help us find his wand. Let's see. He's going to ask him to retrace his steps. That's the one thing that will work. Like I have it in here. The other thing is going to be the searching the grounds is going to be one of them, and then I guess I would want to have a third deal. Maybe he searches this person, and actually, what's kind of interesting is he can search himself, checking his pockets and his his ears, his hat, and everything, and it could still be behind his ear. I could do it that way. That might be a good idea. Okay, so let's. Okay, so let me think about this for a second first. So finding it, 1 or 2, 2 or 3 choices to find it. I think 3 choices to find it. Searching the grounds, retracing the steps, examining his own person, and then getting into the school. I can almost add a couple of choices here to a couple of different choices for spells on how to get him in there. Let me think for a second. Um, I could do some skippable deals. In other words, ask him if he's strong enough to somehow remove the boards from, or to remove the padlock, and maybe he tries to do that and it doesn't work, and then I'm not sure. Transportation. Well, he could do a transportation spell. I mean, a teleportation spell. I mean, teleportation is one of the spells in the deal. Is although Hubert's magic is a little bit different. He uses the hat system, and the hat system means he has to wear uh, around 3 different hats, and then he's got to say some magic words or something. I forget exactly the exact processes, but he has to have the certain hats in the combination before his spell works. Um, this mouse is just using a wand and a spell book and some magic words, so it's not quite as elaborate. So maybe that's the thing, is maybe it's not as elaborate because this is a tourist thing. So this is tourist magic, and tourist magic may not be as powerful or as complicated as non-tourist magic. So, oh look, I got 9 people in here. 9 people. Woo! Thank you for joining. 9 people. In fact, let me see who's from who. Only 3 is watching from YouTube, and apparently that means, well, okay, so now there's 5 watching from Rumble. It's weird. It's showing 9 though. Restream is showing 9, so I got 9 people in here now. Apparently, up to 9 viewers. There's the record. The record now is set to 9, regardless of what YouTube and Rumble say individually, which may or may not be more accurate than Restream is. So yeah, 9, the record, the new record. Okay, thanks everybody. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is, okay, so I'm still thinking. Okay, so um, maybe I can think of like 3 different spells that uh, the mouse can do. Um, the the thing this time though, it's another skipper one. So whereas, well, actually, it's not a skipper one. What is it? Let me think. Um, no, this might be a 15er, a 15 pager, which it sounds big. It really just means duplicate. It means that you go through all 3 different choices. So you have 3 choices, and then you have the 2 remaining choices for each of the 3 choices. That's 6, and then 6 pages, 6 a single choice left. You got whatever's left over at the bottom, which is also 6. So that makes it 15. But I can use that there, and then like I said here, as far as the wand goes, um, I'll just allow you to pick which one to use, and it'll even just be a single choice thing. So, but it'll be one of 3 choices you can make. So that means you'll skip a little bit of text, but it won't be that much text. Okay, so um, I'm gonna need the 15, and then I'm also gonna need the like I said, the 3. And I'm going to need the one in between the 3. I'm trying to think of how many actual pages I'll need. I mean, I could do it as I go, but sometimes I like to... Here, let's save this again. Save room data. And then we'll save the page in the editor. And so let's go ahead and... So I'm going to do something here. All that. Looks like a lot, doesn't it? Yeah, I mean, it kind of is anyways, but... Okay. And let's get the rest of these. See how many I've got to work with? That's a ton here. Ton. Almost double digits. Yep. Yep. Just about there. We'll see. Okay, so all I'm doing here is, and I'll zoom in a little bit. It's the only reason I'm doing this is because I am because I don't have any choice as to where to put a new room. It automatically goes to 0, 0, and I'd have to do some extra logic that makes it I don't know, do it in the viewport depending on where I'm at in the viewport or something, and I'm already working on the layout tool, so I might as well save that for that. So in the meantime, I still got to work this ways, but I'm gonna do this. Notice how sluggish it is. It's sluggish because I got like over 100 like different pages, different panels here, which yeah, I mean I don't know. If it gets sluggish in the actual layout tool version, that's not in the editor, that's actually in the scene, running in the scene in real time. I'll figure out a way of making sure that the only ones that really update visually are the visible ones or something. I'll have to figure out some sort of culling method or something where um, it pops things in and out, makes them visible, invisible, or whatever. And probably just setting the visible flags to the ones that are not in the viewport is probably all I need, because it probably stops it from drawing them, which means it should be make it fairly fast. But in any case, let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and save this. Doesn't matter about saving that. I just like doing it because it always balks afterwards. Let's see if line overlay is still doing all right. Oh no, this is not the layout tool. Never mind. This is the editor map. Okay, so we need. All right. So we need at least the first three choices. 1, 2, 3. Then we need the extra one that it goes to. Then we need 3 more choices. 1, 2, 3. Then we need the 6 remaining, 2 remaining on each choice branch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then finally the last 3 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then finally, there's probably going to be an extra one. I'll leave that in there just in case there is an extra one. We will see here. Okay. Now, there might be many Wizard U's, so I'm going to have to find out to make sure that... because I decided that I was going... Or Wizard U... Okay, Wizard U Hall. Well, that's interesting, because it could be called Wizard U by itself. It doesn't need to be called Wizard U Hall. But that's okay. We're going to put them all in the same thing, and eventually I'm going to split them up into their actual locations, and that's going to take forever too when I get done with it. So, we're talking, I don't know, it's going to be 20 years before I get this done. Maybe not that long, but it's going to seem like a long time. And it's this initial pass. The second pass is going to be, it's going to take a while too. Second pass could be quicker, because all I'm doing is I'm taking what's existing there and then I'm writing it as a story, which means I don't have to think up anything, which means I might be able to get more than 1 or 2 pages done in a session or in a day. I might have to actually start doing some of this offline. My whole goal was to show you everything from start to finish of how I go about doing it, right? And that includes everything. That includes me writing the story and putting stuff together and whatever, researching and chatting it with AIs and people if I, get people into this and all that stuff. But it seems like that this is going to take forever. At only doing a couple of hour session every day, and then not even on weekends, just the weekdays. So that's only about 20 days a month, unless you're on a 5 week month, which you occasionally hit. But so 20 days a month, 2 hour sessions, and I'll be lucky if I get one story beat done. I don't even think I'll get this story beat done today. But at least I know what I'm doing, and so at least on Monday I'll be able to finish it up, even if I don't get it done today. So, okay, so Wizard U Hall. Let's go to the rooms. This one. And let's go into rooms. And I haven't saved anything yet. That's right. Wizard U Hall. There's only 2 Wizard U Halls. Wizard U Entrance, Wizard U Library, Fairy God College. See some here. Wizard U. No, Wizard U, like that. Okay, so there's only Wizard U Hall, Wizard U Entrance, Wizard U Library. I could just go straight up Wizard U on this. In fact, Hall isn't even the hall. He does go into the hallway, though. That's why I named it that. If I want to add a new location, I'm going to have to go to the very end to do it. So, let's say... So, what's he going to do? He is going to go to the hall. So I just name him Wizard U's until he gets into it. And then it'll be Trophy Room and Hall. And Hall, the Hall one actually already exists. Entrance, and that's where the entrance is where Sir William goes into. Do I have any wizard used just like this? No, no files found for that. Let's try this wizard. No. Okay. All right, so let's go all the way down to the bottom here. We're gonna go all the way to the bottom. I'm actually gonna do start.json like that. That way, I only have the JSONs here. Okay, so let's see something. JSON. All the way to the end. 44. So if I want to add a new location, all right. So I'm gonna have to choose 45 as the new location ID or number. So let's see here. Oh, we're up to 10. We're up 10. Ooh, up to 10. Record broke again. Up to double digits now. 10 viewers. Thanks, everyone. 10 is the new record. Is the new record. All right, awesome. Thanks, everybody, for making it to 10. Woo! And if any of you guys are wherever you're watching from, if you have accounts and you're logged in, why don't you say hey, say hello, say where you're from, you know, say how you heard about my stream and everything. If you don't, that's fine. You can just listen. You know, plenty of people that listen without logging in. Sometimes you just don't want to log in. You don't want really somebody to look, at, you know, have your history recorded or whatever. I get it. So no problems there. Uh, efforts paying off. Yeah, I guess efforts are paying off. I don't even know how I got this many this time, but yeah, thanks. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna create a new. We're actually gonna create a new location here. Let's just copy this ID and okay, so I guess what I'll do is I'll set these up kind of how they're going to be before actually putting them into the rest of them. So we have down here we have this one's going to be like down at the bottom, like way at the bottom actually, and then we're just going to start pulling these off like so. Like that. Actually, there's 6 of them, isn't there? So 6 for this row. Here. They're all gonna go. Ooh, all of these are gonna go to a single point at the end. That's kind of interesting. Uh, shoot. Well, actually, I can zoom in a little bit here, but I have to move these over like so. So then we do this, and it's just because of the nature of this particular way I'm doing these choice sets. And I'll show you. I have the configuration up above for a couple other things. And what it means is it means that you get to hit every choice in here. So and then I can sometimes I'll modify the text just slightly to where it sounds different, but where it's basically the same thing, but it makes you feel like it's different depending. Oh, now we're up to 11. How did we get to 11? How did that happen? 11. 11 now. What? Ooh, ooh, 11. How did that happen? I wonder how many is YouTube versus Rumble though. Only 3 watching in YouTube. That's funny. This is all Rumble. These are all Rumble people here. Rumble viewers. Well, okay, so it says it's not down to 5. That means we're back down to no. But it still says 10 in here though. I don't get how it does it because in well, maybe I should refresh it. I'll refresh it. I'll lose my chat, all the chat stuff in here, but it doesn't matter. It's still in Rumble and YouTube. But let's go ahead and let's reload the page here so I can see here what it is. Well, it's still reading 11 though. It's reading 5 on YouTube, which is interesting. But awesome, 11. Now it's up to 11. Now I can finally say I've turned it up to 11. Okay, so guys, so all these are actually gonna go back to a single point here, but so this is the which one is this? This is the what did I say? The 3 choices for finding the wand, and then dang it, I forgot what I said now. How I said how where I was gonna do 3 more choices on something. What was it? I don't remember now. I'll have to go back to the where is it at? Wait a second, where is it at? Here we go. I need to pull this back up. So 11, thanks for everybody for taking me to 11. And just so everybody remembers, I've been splitting these up into 2 streams. So I've got about 40 minutes left in this stream, which concerns my story part, and then I will be breaking for an hour, and then I will actually start a new stream an hour later, and then I'll be working on the layout tool. So actually coding. So this part is just like story work, and then coding will be on the second part here. So, anyways, thanks for everybody for that. Um, let's see. Winds are boarded up, padlocked. Searches for the ground, not finding anything. Ask him where he saw it. So that's going to be 3 different deals. Um, oh, the casting of the spell, right? Yeah. There's going to be 3 ways of casting a spell. 3 different spells that he's going to try. That they're not, only 2 is not going to work. The one that's going to work is the shrinking them down part. And for that, I also need to make sure that you're actually able to hit all 3 choices. So that's why there's so many pages here, because they're going to be, some of these are going to be duplicated. Okay. Did I do that right? 3 choices. So yeah. Right. Like that. Okay. Now, I'm not sure why I have an extra. Well, I thought I'd need an extra. I don't know. We'll have to figure this out. Um, maybe I shouldn't have done it that way. That's funny, because I might have an extra room in here. So I have to do it like this, because somehow I figured I needed an extra in there. Oh, wait. My bad. I think. No, that's random villages. Where? No. There we go. Let me pull this back up again. Let's see. He notices the mouse there. He talks to the mouse. Okay. So this is part of the 3. These are part of the 3 methods to find his wand. Then these are the 3 choices. This is one of, but the 3 choices about getting him in there. Oh. The trophy room. Right. Okay, so this represents 3 choices. Hold on a sec. I'm confusing myself now. Oh, now we're back down to 8. It was fun while it lasted. That's okay. But thanks for joining anyways. Well, I guess you're not seeing it if you're gone, obviously, but whatever. Hubert sneaks into Wizard U, examines the Hall of Fame paintings, and notices one is missing. Okay, this is actually the original text here. Okay, so this is 1. These 2 represent 3 choices that go back to 1 choice. Okay. Oh, maybe that's why I did it that way. So this will be the first one. these two represent the next three. This one represents one with three choices. Oh. Okay, maybe I should just start working on it instead of trying to figure out how much different things I need here. Maybe that's what I should do. All right, let's just. Maybe what I should do here is I'm going to delete these. I haven't saved this, so there isn't this many on here already. But let's just go ahead and delete them, and I just wasted a bunch of time, which is usually what happens to me. Oh, no, remove. I notice I'm using my I'm using the add-on button because these represent JSON files. Oop, I hope I didn't crash anything there. Okay. Oh, weird. What? I didn't remember having that many different pages here. What in the world? Oh yeah, I know that. I know why that's. Yeah. All right. I guess I just jumped the gun a little bit. So apologies. 1, 2, 3. Okay. But I'm still going to do what I'm going to do here, and that is this is actually not going to go to Wizard U Hall. This is actually going to go to this one, which will be Wizard U, and it will be location 45, I believe. How come I don't have a scroll bar here? Oh. Okay. No. Oh, there's the scroll bar. I just missed it. Okay. Yep. So now we're back down to 8. So we were up to 11 for a while. How about that? Good job. Um. Okay. So the meta files. Wait a second. What folder am I in here? There's something not right about that. Oh. Oh. I didn't actually go into the proper folder. That's why. Channel Lens Phase 1. Main, I don't know where main is at. It's somewhere where I had unzipped it so I could retrieve an old script or something. Let's go to rooms. Okay. This makes a lot more sense. Because I have all the meta files in here. See? Okay. So that means I need to go in, and I already have a 45, see? John, further questions. And that's actually earlier on, but this was the first new deal. So actually I need it to be 46. It needs to be 46 because that's our newest. So this is going to be 46. 46. And it's going to be Wizard. I guess it could be straight up Wizard U. Let's see. Um, Yeah, I guess could call it Wizard U straight up. Wizard U. Like that. Okay. And this one is going to be, so let's go over to here. Let's go to its door. Let's take Wizard U Hall. Wait a second. Did I not change the location? Oh, I changed that to Wizard U. This is going to be Wizard U 3. Let's make that Wizard U 3. And we'll make this do this. Copy. I'm going to say paste. Wizard U2. Wizard U1. Paste. And we're going to make this straight up. Okay. Now we're just going to go, we're actually going to go ahead and save that. And that's kind of interesting. Okay, so let's see if Wizard U is in there. Number 46. Okay, the meta files. Wizard U was U1, U2, U3. Okay, and then the JSON. Why do I have these? That's weird. Very weird. Can I do a refresh? Reload? What's reload do? Okay. Alright, keep going down till we see U Hall. Okay, that's gonna be normal. 46 though is right there. Okay, everything is in there. Let's go to Night School 13 here. Let's put that to Wizard U proper. So. And save it. Yeah, whoops. It's not 14, it's 46. So let's do 46. Save it. Save it. There we go. Now we're going to do the same thing here with these, with this. We're going to edit, and we're going to add these three as 3 doors. So, and we're going to call this one 2. Whoop. Choice 2. This one, choice 3. This one, Wizard U1. Wizard U2. Wizard U3. Oh, we're back up to 9 again. Cool. Thanks, everybody. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and save the room data. Okay, now we got three lines here. And so Wizard U-Haul is just going to be not connected to that until I'm ready to do that, until I'm ready to go to the haul part of it. Okay, so if I go ahead and take and the rest of these, and I move it down to give it a little bit of room. It's Friday Night School. Okay. Take this and go down. Save. Save room data. Okay. Okay. Let's group these in a little bit closer together. We'll make this straight. We'll make this to the side. Fairly close. Also fairly close. And then we'll actually this up a little bit. Actually, I'll go ahead and move this over here. Maybe I'll go ahead and move the rest of them down even further too. Okay. And we're going to select all these, and we're actually even going to move it down even a little bit further. There we go. Save the scene just so it doesn't balk later, and then so you got 20 minutes. See if you guys can pardon me for a few minutes while I go refill my water bottle. Be right back. I still even got the speaker on, so I'll be right back in just a second. Don't go anywhere, please. Okay, I'm back. So pardon me for that little break. Now back down to 7 because I took a little break. Of course, that's the way that works usually. Uh, Now back down to 7. Okay. Anyways, let's go ahead and we'll pull up. Yeah, um, when I'm doing the layout tool, I think I might need a ability to copy paste across. Um, well, I might have I might have a button or something that will duplicate that will actually duplicate a room. So right now I don't have a duplicate button. It's just that add new button. But I might actually do a duplicate based on whatever the current room is. What the current room that's selected. So there's going to have to be a lot of stuff for that. Okay, let's open this up. Wrong one. Open this up. Oh. What am I thinking? Yes, Wizard U Hall. This is the one I need to open here. I'm gonna do a thing here. I'm gonna actually extract all this out of here. Um, we're actually just we're gonna go ahead and cut it and leave it blank like that. And then I'm actually gonna put all that text in here on purpose. So do that. Nothing here yet. Okay. Do that. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to save room data. Now all this information is in here and not in the other. Okay, so okay, so this is the first thing. Um, how do I want to do it? Maybe I'll do it here first, and come up with everything in the one page here, and then copy it afterwards to the other pages before I finally deleting all this extra stuff. So, let's see. Examines the outside of the school, noting all the windows are boarded up and the door is padlocked. After examining further, he notices a hole in the bottom of one of the sidewall of the sidewalls with a little mouse standing wearing wizard's garb and a puzzled look on his face. He asks the mouse if he's a good wizard, to which the mouse replies he's just a tourist, but is getting good with his wand until he lost it. And then, okay, so this is actually going to be part of this here, too. Hit 1, 2. And this will actually help me to determine what how many actual extra pages I need to. So, hit 1 to search the grounds. Let's see. Do I? Yeah, we're just going to do this. He's going to find it somewhere on the grounds. Hit 1 to search the grounds. Hit 2 to ask the mouse to check himself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Okay. No, check himself. His own person to check. At least I finally broke double digits. Even if just for like a minute. Okay. To ask the mouse to examine himself. Hit 3 to ask the mouse to retrace his steps. Okay. I'm going to do this a little bit differently too here. Instead of not finding anything, Hubert searches the grounds, but doesn't seem to find anything. When he gets back, well, maybe Hubert finds it on himself. Searching the grounds, so it basically amounts to being close to the same thing. It's just more or less a kind of different way each time of reading it, depending on what you do. When he gets back, just before telling him the bad news, he spots it behind the mouse's ear. He then tells the mouse check behind his ear and realizes he did that when he needed both pause for the manual. For the spellbook. I know, for the manual. Okay. Hubert asks the mouse to examine his own person. The mouse starts checking pockets, his hat, and finally his paw hits behind his ear. After pulling it out, the mouse recalls putting it there in order to read the training manual with both paws. Okay. Hubert to retrace his steps and think of where he last saw it. The mouse claims he was trying to levitate a piece of cheese from the icebox and he needed to look in the training manual Hubert noticed that the wand is in his ear, apparently. Okay, and this point, he pulls it out. Instead of Hubert noticing it in his ear, though, he... While, recalling it, he remembered it was in his ear, to which Hubert promptly pulls it out and then hands it back to him. Okay. Alright. Alright, the mouse asks Hubert. Okay. Let me think for a second. I'm just deciding whether or not I want a single, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Trending. Yeah, it's great. Hopefully it will just keep going up from there. Check yourself. Yeah, check yourself. I of course remember from when it was out, and everybody was saying that it was like a meme before it was a meme. You know, everybody's going check yourself before you wreck yourself. You know, it's just like a big cultural thing. So I never played any of the GTA games, so um, a lot of the music that they use in those games are stuff from like my childhood, basically, because I grew up when it was actually out on the radio. A lot of it. Um, okay, so mouse recalls. That's interesting. Okay, whatever. Um, Okay, so I'm trying to decide whether I want a separate page in the middle or not, because it's not going to matter in the final game. It only matters in this wordy part here. It's probably not even going to matter when I get to actually adding a parser, and I have a save state system which remembers the state of the rooms that you're in, and start dividing the rooms. I start combining rooms and all that stuff. But right now, check his pockets. Um, okay, here's okay. The mouse asks him what Hubert would like him to do. The mouse asks Hubert. Let's see something here. Behind his ear. The mouse then offers his help. Maybe I'll just, I don't know. It doesn't matter as much, but maybe I'll go ahead and just, like a hit one to continue kind of thing. we'll see that. Hit 1 to continue. Like that. Hit 1, continue. And actually, I've been using the number 1, so just to keep consistent. Hit 1 to continue. The mouse asks Hubert what he needs, and Hubert tells him he needs to get inside of the school, even though it's all close up. The mouse replies in the affirmative. Oh shoot! It's I guess it's time for my break. I guess we're done with the story for today. The mouse replies in the affirmative, and pulls out the training manual. Okay, we're gonna leave it there, I guess. Oh, that's right. You can't do a Control S there in their little editor thing. So I have to do it I have to do it once I'm back in here. Okay, and so I saved it there, and so all of this is saved now. And yeah, so I guess I want to say thanks to everybody, and hopefully I'll see you all back in an hour. But if not, I want to say thanks, and I'll see you again probably on Monday if I don't see you today. Because of course I take Saturday and Sunday off. And I got a new lawnmower battery, so it means that I am I'll probably be mowing the lawns once a week now because I got enough batteries now to cover the whole lawn now. Whereas before I didn't really do that, and so I was doing it in pieces. And so I got to get it down, and then when I finally get it down to the low enough deal, then I'll just be mowing once a week like everybody does, and make sure I completely finish it and all that good stuff. Anyway, so yeah, so thanks. Here, let me switch to OBS. Here we go. Thanks for bringing the amount of viewers up to 11. That's pretty cool. I don't know who popped in. Maybe somebody just popped in for a second. Who knows? But that was actually pretty good. So, anyways, yeah, I'll see you in about an hour, or I will see you on Monday. So, thanks. Thank you for watching part 1.